So today's top 5 is the top 5 franchises voted by you guys. Terrence?
Oh, top 5, yeah.
Terrence! You go first.
I'm sorry, you didn't do the regular.
I didn't do the.
So I was thrown off by that. I apologize.
Well, you know, it's been 2 weeks.
I'm sorry.
It's been 2
Okay,
weeks.
so our top 5 franchises. So these are the franchises that we feel are the best franchises.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So not specifically. Not specifically made the most money and things of that sort.
Just your favorite top 5 franchise.
All right. So we're gonna go. My number 5 is gonna be James Bond. James Bond.
Bonded.
James Singular Bond. That with the what do you want to say? The evolution from Sean Connery all the way through. I think we had Timothy Dalton and we had
Roger Moore.
We had Timothy Dalton. We had
That was awesome.
We had Pierce Brosnan down to Daniel Craig.
Never seen one Daniel Craig James Bond movie.
You have not?
I have not. Not even Sky. Not even that
was good. Casino Royale was really good.
Never seen it.
It's like, oh my god, dude.
I heard Solace was horrible.
It was okay.
Anyway, so go ahead.
It was okay. It was really just but you know, this franchise was basically kind of like the model of changing Batman. It was like that told you that we don't really care about the
actor more.
The actual, we care about the character.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter who plays the character, we still fall in love with the who plays the character. We still love the character going forward. And this franchise, it has no end. Even when you think about like with Bourne, we're still wrapped up in Matt Damon as Bourne, and we can't move on.
And we tried with Renner, and it didn't work.
We can't move on.
And he even took a trip to Mars and came back.
It's like we've had 5 or 6 different James Bond, and we don't care. We don't miss a beat. It was the new James Bond, and we were talking about Idris Elba going into the next one.
No, Sean Connery is the best James Bond ever.
I didn't say it was the best one. It was like we don't care if they get a new James Bond. We don't care if they get a new James.
Hey, Tom Hiddleston wants to be James Bond. What do you think?
Hey, that might be interesting. That might be interesting.
It's kind of small though, kind of thin.
Well, you know, you put some weight. Daniel Craig beefed up for this. Daniel Craig wasn't always that big. I mean, looking back with the dragon tattoo, he wasn't that big.
That's very true.
All right, number 4, Star Trek.
Very good.
Star Trek. And it's low on my list, and it's not low on my list because I'm a Star Wars fan, and don't think I'm putting hate and shade on Star Trek. As I love Star Trek too, just as much as I love Star Wars. And I will watch every Star Trek movie that comes out, but you know, it had some missteps through some of the Next Generation period.
Generation was not bad though. It was not bad.
Through the Next Generation cast of the Star Trek franchise, it had some missteps. So that's why it's kind of a little bit lower on my list. But you know, now under J.J. Abrams, well, obviously he's not doing the next one, but
he's producing it.
You know, they kind of reinvigorated the franchise and stuff like that, and you continue on. They can continue to make Star Trek movies going forward. We're always going to believe that, you know, because it's basically a look at our future. It's like when we're able to get into space travel, what we would do, you know, have sex with, you know, aliens on different planets.
And no Mexicans in it, Kirk. No Mexicans in the future.
Yeah, we do.
No.
Yeah, we do.
Who?
Uhura.
Uhura's a sister.
She's mixed. She's mixed.
Oh,
Colombiana. She's mixed.
Number 3.
That's how they do it. It was like they split their minorities. Oh, you got both? Come on.
Or the green alien, because does that take the place of the green card?
Number 3. Number 3. I went back and forth with this one. What number I was going to put this one, but I'm putting it in number 3. Rocky. The Rocky franchise.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Think about a franchise where you can say, I love every movie. Mm-hmm. I love every 5 aside. I love every.
No, hey, you don't hate.
I didn't say I hated it, but
you don't hate. That was our you don't hate. Don't say that.
Hey, I'm okay with 5. I don't love it. I'm okay with 5. I don't hate 5.
That's a good one.
But yeah, the Rocky franchise. I mean, like we're on number 7 if you count Creed. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and now
Black Rocky, like Chris Rock
the Black Rocky. But now it has new life, and you can feel like this movie under the Creed name can still technically a Rocky movie can continue on.
Got him an Oscar nomination.
This is a great franchise, and it's one of the things that spanned generations from the 70s all the way into, you know, the millennial period of the teens of 2000. So I mean, it's a great franchise. Number 2. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I guess I'm gonna go Marvel. The Marvel franchise. Think about a franchise that started off with 3 movies, 4 movies. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Incredible Hulk. And then think of those 4 movies. Think of where we're at now.
Right, really?
I mean, we're
especially Iron Man, just Iron Man in general.
We're in phase 3, and it was like there's box sets of movies that started off with 4 movies that we really didn't realize what he was doing until we were like, oh crap, it's the Avengers.
Really?
And
Avengers 1 was amazing. It was groundbreaking.
They expanded this whole cinematic universe over any other thing where Marvel was just basically selling off their properties and saying like, just make a movie and cut us our check. Now they've actually built their brand up so much, it's expanded the comic books are emulating the movies, and it's like, this is a great franchise, and like it's there's no end. They at first they planned for a couple of phases, but now because of how big it's gotten, they're just going to continue out to infinity. Wars. Number 1. Star Wars, come on, man.
That's my boy.
We do a Star Wars show. Star Wars is the number 1 franchise, and now with the whole thought about them doing the spin-off movies, the
anthologies,
the Star Wars tale. Star Wars stories. Get used to saying it. There's not anthologies. There's gonna be this lame tales. But the thing is that they're expanding the universe. So not only are we gonna get the episodes, we're gonna get the filling in some of the gaps that we had in the stories between episodes, and filling out a lot of more characters. This franchise is, like I said, spanning decades and generations. Star Wars is the model of that, and it's like you have 3 generations of people going to see Star Wars because they all grew up with it. My parents, me, and my kids all grew up with Star Wars, and it's going to be the same thing going forward. Their kids are going to grow up with Star Wars. This thing is never going to end, and it's always going to be influential in everybody's life.
Absolutely.
That's my top 5.
Beautiful top 5. I love all of them.
Hey, I get no crap on my top 5.
No, you do not get any top. Well, James Bond. I mean.
Hey.
Number 5 for me is Nightmare on Elm Street.
I thought about putting horror.
Elm Street is just freaking. That series created New Line. If it wasn't for Elm Street, and we said this on our top 5 horror, the house that Freddy built.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street, that's a franchise that it actually builds something. So as much as there are certain sequels that I didn't like very much, it's still a freaking awesome franchise, and that character built it, and I just love it. So Nightmare on Elm Street, number 5. Number 4. Now, originally, I was actually going to put Fast and the Furious.
I thought about it, but
I could not. But you know what? No, you're right. The Rocky franchise is freaking amazing. And you know what? Since I was a kid, man. I mean, that's what we watched all the time, especially during Thanksgiving when it would come out on HBO. So to this day,
holiday movie.
Rocky
and Die Hard.
Yeah, Christmas Die Hard and Thanksgiving Rocky. So Rocky definitely. Sylvester Stallone's freaking amazing, and that freaking role, that movie, that franchise, still going strong to this day, just like T said. Number 3 is Batman.
Okay.
With the exception of Clooney, because I'll give Val Kilmer some credit because I love Val Kilmer's. He did pretty good.
I really wasn't too big on Val Kilmer, but go ahead.
Compared to George Clooney.
But I mean, compared to
exactly. I gotta do it. Ready? It's George Clooney.
No.
All right. Anyway, so
there's like behind the scenes.
When Tim Burton started it, and everybody was giving crap about freaking Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton's like one of the best Batman. So it started it, and it was awesome. Clooney killed it, but then Christopher Nolan brought it back to life. So we wouldn't have the freaking Heath Ledger Joker without that. So Batman franchise is awesome. Number 2, I agree 100% with you. Marvel Universe, including X-Men. I will put both of those side by side tied because those 2 franchises.
Count that as Fox?
Nope. I'm just saying. Just in general, Marvel. Period. Right. The Marvel franchises, all of them except freaking Fantastic Four crap. Amazing. All of them.
Dude, then you're counting Sony too.
Everything Marvel.
Even Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes, I do. It's like a stepchild inside over there.
Here you go. All right. Rocky 5.
And my number 1 is Star Wars. Absolutely. You know what? Even with the prequels, it doesn't even freaking matter because the original trilogy was so iconic and it held ground so freaking well that it actually, because it built that lore up, it helped the prequel a little bit. And Revenge of the Sith is awesome. So I don't care what anybody says on that. Yeah. So Star Wars is my number 1. If I was a kid, like you said, my dad was a kid, I was a kid. Hey, well, not my dad was a kid, but
I mean, but he was young enough that
he was young enough exactly. So
he experienced.
Awesome, Star Wars all day.
All right.
So, time Prince,
I was waiting.
take us home.
There you go. I was waiting for that. I hadn't heard it in 2 weeks. So I was a little angry. Like, yeah, I'm ready to get it. Whoa. Guys, I missed you. I'm glad to be back. But like I always say, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I prefer that, because we get a lot of feedback through our social media sites, through Twitter, through Facebook. Guys, comment, because I would like to actually put it up so I can show your actual comments, so that way we can give a little shout out to you guys too. But it funnels it down a little bit, so that way we can see what you guys actually have to say, and then it engages the people who watch the videos to comment more and be more of the community that we're trying to build here. So once again, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you want us to do. We're running polls about future things that are coming up, and just because we probably ran a little bit long, we're gonna cut it short here. So
Wait, not yet.
what?
You mentioned shout outs. I want to shout out to Dan Artist, Mr. Dan Gorman from the Altered Realm show.
Oh, yeah.
Had me on a couple weeks ago.
I had to fill in for me. I had no teeth.
Great time. You guys are freaking doing an awesome job over there. I hope you guys figured out your little Dungeons and Dragons conversation there that y'all were having. At Prince Solo Talk, Mr. Prince Solomon, always giving us feedback. Awesome. At Robert Palacios 2, Mr. Robert Palace. Thank you for giving me that shining comment. At Ashley J36, Ashley Page, you're freaking awesome. Thank you for doing your comments. And from us, Mr. At Choco Machismo, the Geek Father. Marcellus, we love you. Get well. Check out the Blurred Nerds when he comes back, baby.
Yeah. All right.
That being said, I'm Manny.
Terrence.
And that was the goods. This is the only time that chocolate salsa's not prepared here, because when you deal with us, you deal with the madness, and you deal with the freaking salsa and the chocolate. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Now you want to go and you want to listen to the chocolate man chewing his gum. You better freaking enjoy it while you freaking can, because salsa's gonna come in and spice it up, baby.